Second-round action at the Miami Open delivered a packed day of high-level matches, with Carlos Alcaraz, Taylor Fritz, Matteo Berrettini, Arthur Fils and Tommy Paul all advancing. Among the standout results, Opelka defeated Jack Draper in 2 tiebreaks, while Stefanos Tsitsipas produced one of the biggest upsets of the day by overcoming Alex de Minaur. The results carry significant context across the draw. Alcaraz continues his steady run as one of the title favorites, while Fritz and Paul keep American hopes alive. Berrettini's form remains encouraging as he builds consistency, and Tsitsipas' win over a top 10 opponent signals a potential resurgence. Draper, meanwhile, exits despite not facing a single break point in his match. Alcaraz maintains control against Fonseca. Carlos Alcaraz 6-4, 6-4 Joao Fonseca. Carlos Alcaraz delivered a controlled and efficient performance to defeat Joao Fonseca in straight sets, relying on early initiative and consistent serving. The Spaniard broke early in both sets, allowing him to dictate the tempo without needing to chase the match at any stage. Fonseca remained competitive, particularly behind his first serve, but struggled to generate pressure on return. Alcaraz's ability to win 80% of first serve points and hold all his service games proved decisive. The Brazilian had a single break opportunity in the second set but could not convert, limiting his chances of shifting momentum. Tactically, Alcaraz controlled baseline exchanges, especially in longer rallies where his movement and shot selection forced errors. Fonseca attempted to shorten points but lacked consistency in execution. With this win, Alcaraz advances to face Sebastian Corda in the third round. His performance suggests a steady build in form, maintaining control without needing to over. Fritz edges tight decider against Van de Zandschulp. Taylor Fritz 6-3, 6-7, 6-3 Bublik Van de Zandschulp. Matteo Berrettini produced a composed and structured performance to defeat Alexander Bublik in straight sets. The Italian secured early breaks in both sets, which allowed him to play from the front throughout the match. Both players served well, but Berrettini's efficiency in key moments made the difference. He struck 16 aces and won 76% of points on his first serve, while crucially not facing a single break point. Bublik, despite solid serving numbers, was unable to convert pressure into real opportunities. Berrettini's tactical approach centered on aggressive first strike tennis, using his forehand to shorten rallies and avoid giving Bublik rhythm. The Kazakh player's variation did not disrupt the Italian's consistency. With this win, Berrettini continues to build momentum and moves into the third round with a stable level across all phases of play. Berrettini too strong for Bublik. Matteo Berrettini 6-4, 6-4 Alexander Bublik. Matteo Berrettini produced a controlled and efficient performance to defeat Alexander Bublik in straight sets. The Italian established his advantage early in both sets, securing breaks that allowed him to dictate the structure of the match from the outset. Serving played a decisive role, with Berrettini striking 16 aces and winning 76% of points behind his first serve. Importantly, he did not face a single break point, which allowed him to maintain scoreboard pressure throughout. Bublik, despite a solid first serve percentage, was unable to convert his service strength into meaningful opportunities on return. Tactically, Berrettini focused on first strike tennis, using his forehand to control points early and avoid extended rallies where Bublik could introduce variation. The Kazakh's unpredictability did not disrupt the Italian's rhythm. Berrettini advances to the third round with a performance built on consistency and efficiency, reinforcing his current upward trajectory. Opelka edges Draper in serve-dominated clash. Opelka 7-6, 7-6 Jack Draper. Opelka defeated Jack Draper in a match dominated by serving, with both sets decided in tiebreaks. Neither player faced sustained pressure, and break opportunities were almost entirely absent throughout the contest. Draper did not face a single break point, while Opelka faced only one, highlighting the level of serving on both sides. The outcome ultimately came down to the tiebreaks, where Opelka proved more effective. The American struck 24 aces and won 87% of points behind his first serve, consistently placing Draper under pressure. In both tiebreaks, Opelka secured early mini-breaks and managed his service points efficiently to close out each set. Draper's performance was solid across all areas, but the inability to gain even minimal traction on return limited his chances. Opelka advances to the third round, where his serve will remain a key factor. Paul recovers to defeat Mannarino. Tommy Paul 6-2, 2-6, 6-4. Adrian Mannarino. Tommy Paul progressed after a match that featured clear shifts in momentum across all three sets. He dominated the opener with aggressive baseline play and early breaks, but Mannarino responded in the second set by applying greater pressure on return. The deciding set saw Paul fall behind before regaining control. He recovered from a breakdown and won 5 of the last 6 games, applying sustained pressure and capitalizing on key moments. His ability to reset after the second set proved decisive. Paul's return game was particularly effective, winning 40% of first serve return points. Mannarino struggled to maintain consistency in longer rallies, especially as the match progressed into the final stages. Paul advances to the third round with a performance that demonstrated resilience and adaptability under changing match conditions.